Hi everybody, it's Sian from Sorted, and today is World Book Day. Now, normally World Book Day is all about trying to get children interested and involved with reading and getting them to really sort of get connected with the favourite books by becoming the characters of those of the favourite books that they're reading. But I thought it was a perfect excuse just to come on and talk to you about books in general and some of the books that I come across when I'm working with clients, and also some of the books that I read. And I don't read often as much as I'd like. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time. But I do try to dip into certain books every now and again and just sort of get a better understanding of ideas, thoughts, ways of working, not always totally related to decluttering and organising, but definitely I'm really interested in that kind of topic, as you can imagine. So I thought I would just show you some of the books that I have picked out that are quite interesting to read. Some are a bit heavy going, and also just to show you the sort of information that I sort of take in when I'm reading. So one of the books that I've picked out is this one, Suffocation, from James Wallman, and it's all about, well, as it says, really living more with less. So it's all about really just sort of understanding about letting go and not necessarily putting the focus on items. It's quite a thickish book. Relatively easy to read. I haven't actually finished that one yet, but it is quite interesting. So if you're interested in learning more, understanding more about the idea of living with less, then this might be a good one to start on. Another one that I've picked out is this one, which is The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. Sounds horrific, but it's not. It's written by a lady called Margareta Magnusson, and it's all about preparing for end of life. So she talks about really about trying to prepare your home for the inevitable, and you don't want family members to be left with chaos and lots of belongings that they have no understanding of the meaning of them to you. So it's just about really sort of starting to go through your belongings and pick out those items that really do hold some value to you, making a note of those and preparing it so that when the time comes, that whoever has to manage your belongings can do so with ease. And it's also about trying to sort of prepare so that it's easier for you if you're downsizing, if you're looking to move, things like that. It really does help with that. So it's another one. This one is a little bit more heavy going, so I'm going to warn you now. And it's the ICD Guide to Challenging Disorganization. Now, the ICD is an American institution so it's the Institute for Challenging Disorganization. They are actually an association, and it's one that APDO is connected to. So we have a really nice connection with them. And it's all about understanding. So there's a lot of learning that goes into that. This is very much about processes, about understanding the brain, about understanding the different types of health issues you may come across and how it affects people. And it is heavy going. I wouldn't necessarily ask you to go out and buy that, because I think that would be probably too much. But there is one book that I come across quite regularly, and funnily enough, it's one that is regularly decluttered from my clients' houses. Can you possibly imagine which book that might be? I'm going to give you a couple of seconds just to think about it. It's a person who we know quite well. She has become quite renowned over the last few years for her processes and the way that she works. And it's I think it was one of her first books that she wrote. And yes, it is the Marie Kondo book. This is one I come across on a regular occasion, and it is one that sadly is regularly kicked out of people's houses. it's actually really easy to read, and there are certain elements in there. If you're not a Marie Kondo professional, i.e. you haven't been trained by her and the processing, but you really like the idea of it, then it's a good one to read, because it is easy to read and it does give you some really good ideas about how to do things, or just certainly the way that you can think about it, doing things moving forward. So there we have it. Those are 4 books that I have suggested or mentioned today. I'd really be interested to see what books that you use and read and have dotted around the house somewhere. So do let me know in the comments. And I hope you've had a good day, whatever that's involved, whether it's been dressing kids up, dressing kids down, whichever way you want to do it. Hopefully, either way, you've had a good day. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.